Atapu, Namaste, Haru Nefer. This is Kasank Ma Kiparu with another broadcast for you. In this broadcast, we're going to talk about how to live a magical life that rocks. But before I do that, I'd like you to hit the like button on this video. And if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button to get notifications on when I go live and when I upload recorded videos. Also, we have free ebooks that you can take advantage of. Click on the links below and you can download these ebooks right away and start reading more on my spiritual teachings. Also, if you are not already a supporter of Eyes on Patreon, please consider doing so. You can do so for as little as $1 or $20 per month. You can cancel at any time and you get exclusive access to all kinds of cool articles, instructional videos on meditation, how to divine or read the oracles, how to invoke spirits. And we have some great hypnosis videos too. If you want to lose some weight, if you want to be more confident, if you want to attract wealth, there's a lot going on Patreon. You can also have fellowship with other magi's there as well. So again, the link is in the description box there, and you can cancel anytime. Try it out, see what you think. Lastly, please share this video with family and friends or acquaintances or associates. We want to get this revolution started and free the planet. So welcome to all of you out there. It is a very, very interesting time we live in. Things are changing. Magic is all around us. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to brighten individuals' lives up, because a lot of people I see and I read your emails are having some challenges, but we don't call them challenges, we call them opportunities to grow. And there's really no need for that, because you are a very powerful being. You are a divine being. You are God man, God woman. And these challenges you're facing are very easy to overcome if you tune into the power of self, knowledge of self, as our ancient ancestors said, as above, so below. When you understand the universe, you understand yourself. When you understand yourself, you understand the universe. There are certain principles that govern our existence, and our ancestors decoded this information, and they were able to leave it to us in the temples of Egypt, or Kemet. So we have access to it, but many of you are not using that information. Therefore, you're encountering what you call as challenges, but I say it's an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to come into the realization of who you really are. You're not a human. You're not black. You're not white. You're not Asian. You're not Latino. You're not Muslim or Christian or whatever. You're not a Catholic. You are above all of that. You have no beginning and you'll have no end. You have always, always existed. There was never a time when you did not exist. Let me say that again. You, in some form, have always existed. You're just now trying this thing called 4D out, this fourth dimension. And you're saying, what would it be like to be imprisoned in a body and to interact with other individuals who are also imprisoned in a body? So you're experiencing this, and this life is going to be short. It's only, 80 years, if you're lucky. And then you will transition on to another experience, and another, to infinity. But what I want you to understand is that there's no reason why you should be facing these challenges, because although in your mind there may be difficulties, really hard to overcome, I want that raise. I need a better job. I need a better house, a better car. I want that girl. I want that guy. Why are you expressing lack? See, you've already have these things. They already exist in your purview. See, you are a multi-dimensional being. So there's a version of you who already has that job, who already has that raise, who already has that Lamborghini. All you need to do is vibrate to that frequency that matches your alternate self in that alternate universe. And then you will interact with the very thing that you want and you desire. In fact, I'm going to write that down because that's very important. I'm going to be sharing with you 5 techniques that will allow you to gain whatever it is you want that's within the parameters of your destiny. And if you have not done a destiny reading or have got a destiny reading, sign up today. Very important that you understand your destiny and why you are here. I can't believe how people email me and say, "Well, I've been, watching your videos for like 2, 3 years," and I'm like, "And you've never gotten an incarnation objective reading or a destiny reading? What were you doing for 2 years?" you know, it's amazing. Your destiny reading is just so important. It tells you your purpose, why you are here, what you must accomplish. See, the challenges you face, which you call the opportunities, are all the same. They just masquerade as different things. And they all express the same theme, which is your destiny. And if you knew what your destiny was, you could recognize those signposts. You can recognize the signs and say, "Oh, this is why I'm having so many problems because I have not mastered this or learned to overcome that." My destiny reading was very straightforward: live truth. And I said, "Well, to do that, I should be a priest." And I said, "I'm going to study the Cometian religion, so called religion. And I'm going to eat right. I'm not going to slaughter animals and eat animal flesh. I'm going to be a vegan. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to purge myself of negative emotions. I'm going to learn magic so that whatever it is I wish in life, I don't have to save money for it. I don't have to borrow. I don't have to steal. All I need to do is to work my magic. This is the legacy. This is what our ancestors left for us. But you're not using it. You're not using it. You succumb to the ideas of this backwards society that tells you you have to work hard or you have to take the bull by the horns and go out there and get it. That's not how it's supposed to be. And that is only for certain people. You see, when you have an Anthony Robbins or when you have a Les Brown, and they're talking about this motivational stuff and how that you have to get up and be happy and face life with gusto, that's their destiny. They're trying to impose it upon you as a one size fits all, as a cookie cutter system. They're trying to package it and sell it to you. That doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't. You can look at the most successful people out there, Bill Gates, and then do exactly what they did. Jeff Bezos, richest man in the world. Go to the same school he did, go to the same office he did, start the same type of company he did, and will you reap the rewards that he has? No. Everybody has a destiny. Everybody has a signature or resonant frequency. The resonant frequency is that which you vibrate at. And it's different and specific for everyone. So when you have Les Brown or you have Anthony Robbins or whatever motivational speaker you follow stand up there, talk about their rags to riches story, that's not going to work for you. Don't think you can just follow that or read their book and then all of a sudden you're in a millionaire or all of a sudden you make millions in the stock market. It doesn't work that way. So stop following them. Stop listening to them. and follow the path of your ancestors. You see, the great thing about what our ancestors left for us is spirituality. It means you live it and you breathe it, you practice it on a daily basis. You don't have to incorporate it into your life because it is your life. I'm happy living a spiritual life. I wouldn't want to live any other way. I'm happy knowing I have ancestors who are counseling me and looking out for me. But no, you want difficulties. You want to go blindly. Let me explain something, my friends and family. You are supposed to know the future. You should know what's going to happen to you tomorrow, next week, next month, 2 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. Because if you are living a spiritual life, you didn't do oracle readings. The oracle readings forecast to you the future. So why are you walking in places blind? You don't go to work and not know what's going to happen that day. You do an oracle reading, and the oracle will let you know, okay, you're going to be laid off today. Be prepared. So when you walk in and HR has a talk with you, you can smile and say, well, the oracle told me I'm cool. That's power. But you're in a stupor state. You walk around and just let life kick your ass. And life is kicking your ass because you're not getting the message. Because when you progress to become an Osirian, you don't need the oracles anymore. You can see the future in your mind. You can predict the future, and people will come far and wide to sit at your feet for consultations because you now become a living oracle. But until then, carry your oracle with you. Do your readings. What will happen next month? You are supposed to know. And if the reading tells you, well, there's going to be opportunities or challenges, then you start working your magic to turn the tide and turn it in your favor. That's what you're supposed to do. God put you here to overcome the obstructions that hit you. He would not be a just God to throw you here without any powers, without any foresight, and let you get your ass kicked. No, he equipped you. And you have the ruling elite trick you and tell you, no, you shouldn't be doing oracle readings. That's of the devil. No, you shouldn't be listening to the ancient Kemetic people. They were very primitive. In ancient times, everybody was primitive. And you buy into that. And you know when you buy into something, when you buy into a belief system, because who are you? You are a reality generating machine. You do magic automatically. You're on autopilot. You do magic automatically. You are on autopilot. How do you know you do magic automatically? Look around. All of this would not exist if you were not generating it. Quantum mechanics tells us reality does not exist apart from the observer. That means that for this reality to exist, it needs you. For you to exist, you need God. God is the great observer. God is observing you, which is why you are in existence. As above, so below. God, the observer, observes you. You do not exist apart from the observer. God, your wife, your kids, the car, the phone, the plane does not exist without you. So why are you not manifesting the world that you want, the things that you want and need? Why are you walking around allowing things just to happen, just to unfold? How many times does somebody have to tell you the truth before you get up your ass and do something? You've been tricked. You've been hoodwinked by this society. They are liars and deceivers. Oh, God exists outside there somewhere. We don't know where, but he exists. That's a lie. He is within you. She is within you. She is not out there. There is no out there. Quantum mechanics proved it. There is no external world. There is no outside world. That's impossible for there to be an outside world. It's all here. Through synaptic connections in the brain, you form reality. Let me say it again. You form these synaptic connections in your brain, and when they fire, you create the reality as a holographic experience to interact with. But it is not out there because there is no out there. It's all happening in your head, but you are deceived and you think it's out there, but it's not. Do you understand? You're letting an illusion kick your ass. You know why? Because you can't help it. Your reality generating machine, whatever belief system you take in and internalize, you create. So the ruling elite pumps out their beliefs through mass media, through sonic vibrations, electromagnetic fields, through radio waves. They send out their belief system and you generate the reality that they want. They tell you, oh, in ancient times they were primitive. So what do? You create a history where our ancestors were primitive. But that's not true. You can change your history because you see, there are an infinite number of universes and there are infinite numbers of you, infinite number of you that are having infinite experiences right here, right now, in this space. All you have to do is to change your resonant frequency so that your vibration aligns with that which you want, to connect to that alternate reality that you want. All you have to do is to connect with one of the infinite number of realities that you like. If you want $20,000 to start a business, there is an alternate version of you who already has the $20,000. So all you have to do is vibrate to that frequency so you can shift to that particular reality. That's all you got to do. But instead, you sit here and you go, well, Anthony Robbins said I got to get motivated. I got to kick ass. I got to go out there and register my business with the Small Business Association. And then I have to incorporate and I have to do all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you buy all that, don't you? And you pay him money to tell you those lies, don't you? I did that. I studied with the most famous filmmakers. I went to the same school they went to. But did I follow the same path as they did? No, because my destiny said, no, Kasak, you're not going to go the way they did. We need you to be a priest. We need you to teach the truth. We need you to teach magic to the masses and awaken them to the real power that they have. I said, okay. When that was revealed to me, priestess did the reading, and the reading came up, Sekert Hetep. Sekert is the supreme goddess of magical power. When that came up, it said, well, that's what you got to do. You got to be a priest. You got to master magic. And I was like, oh, damn, okay. And then when I started doing it, it was wonderful. Magical things started happening. I started seeing spirits interacting with interdimensional beings. And I was like, damn, does anybody know that this stuff happens, that you can do this? And the ancestors said, Kasant, this is natural. This is the way you're supposed to be living. This is the way everybody's supposed to be living. You're supposed to be able to communicate with the deceased. Didn't you know that? I was like, no, I didn't know that. And my ancestors said, well, society tricked you. They lied to you. Wake the hell up. I was sitting in those rallies with the black nationalists. Assalamu alaikum, brother. We're going to fight the power, brother. This, that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And they ain't do a damn thing. They ain't do a damn thing but talk. And then I woke up and the ancestors said, you want to fight the power, Kassan? Do your magic. Shift to a new world, a new reality where those in power don't exist. I said, I could do that? They go, yeah. I'm like, bet, let's do it. They go, no, 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 no. We don't want you to do that. I said, well, you told me I could do that. No, 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 no. Wait, hold on a second, Kassan. Yes, you can shift to a reality where the ruling elite does not exist and you can live a happy and harmonious life, but we don't want you to do that. I said, then what do you want me to do? Well, we want you to stay in this world where there's corruption, there's racism, there's backward ass people, there's the ruling elite that controls all the resources and money in the world, because we want you to awaken the masses. We need you to awaken the masses. Oh, by the way, in the process, you get your ass kicked by life. I said, really? But they go, what? Hold on now. You're going to have amazing powers, though. You're going to have incredible powers. So those things won't harm you. They will only harm you if you accept them as a belief. Let's get down to it. Let's get down to the 5 things you need to know to have a magical life and rock it. All right. You can write this down or you can go back and replay this video, but this is important. I want you all to understand this, okay? And while we're at this, if you guys, are inclined or in the position to do so, please donate to the channel. Your donations are greatly appreciated. And so we're going to cover the 5 principles that you should be living by and that will have you having a kick-ass life. All right. Number 1, the first thing you need to do is you need to understand that you have to go dark. What does that mean? Going dark means that you don't consider negative outcomes. You don't focus on the negative. You accentuate the positive. Only think about the positive outcomes. Don't think about the negative. Go dark on that crap. What do I mean by go dark? You just don't think about it. I kid you not. I told my ex-girlfriend, hey, it's over. And I went dark on her ass. She was calling and couldn't reach me, and I didn't even know who she was anymore. I just like, hey, I purged her out of my system. What's her name again? Who is that? I don't know that girl. And one of my wives was saying, well, you were just dating her like 6 months ago. I don't remember her. I purged her. She's, gone from the program, and tell that stranger to stop calling, Going dark means you don't consider any negative outcomes, no negative possibilities. You're only focused on the positive that can happen. It's like going to Vegas and rolling the dice. In your mind, nothing could come up but your number. You don't conceive of any other thing coming up but your number. And you have to believe that. Wholeheartedly, you have to believe that. That's what going dark is about. It's like friends you don't like or that may have done you wrong. It's okay. Forgive them and go dark. And watch, you'll have better friends come into your life. Friends that will help you with your magic. Friends that will make you even more powerful of a magician. Your next thing is the meta frame. The meta frame means how you frame the world, how you look at the world. What is your perspective? What is your personal philosophy on the world? My personal philosophy is all women love me. I am not kidding. That's my philosophy. All women love me. But I don't want you to have that personal philosophy. Because, Heteru, the goddess of love, is my aunt. So, I'm going to be thinking things like that. Your personal philosophy is this: no matter what bad things happen to you, it'll always flip and work out in your favor in the end. And you will say that to yourself over and over again. No matter what may come along that may seem bad, it will flip and work out in my favor in the end. So, what does this mean? This is an anchoring technique we use in hypnosis so that when something bad comes along, and things happen, you can't prevent negative things from popping up in your life. But when those things happen, if you have done the metaframe exercise properly, it will trigger the thought, oh yeah, this may be what I perceive to be a negative situation, but this only means that it's going to flip around and benefit me in the end. With that type of attitude, then you're redefining what is bad and what is good. So therefore, you know that only positive things can happen to you. Does that make sense? That should be your personal philosophy. And when those bad things happen, don't get uptight, don't have an emotional reaction, because emotional reaction will change your core frequency and have you vibrate to an alternate realm where it'll get worse. So for God's sake, don't have an emotional reaction. When something bad comes along, just be chill. Okay, it's going to work out in my favor. It always does. There was an episode of Seinfeld, that's one of my favorite shows, where he talks about, when I lose something, I always gain. He lost $20 and he found $20. And when he lost the $20, I think Elaine was saying something to the fact that, aren't you upset that you lost money? He goes, no, it always works out for me. I'm going to get the money anyway. And then he did. He got $20. He said, see, it always works out for me. I lose 20 and I get 20. Yeah. And the goddess of optimism is Ma'at. So be optimistic. Take everything with a grain of salt. Don't get uptight. It's an illusion. It's not real. Okay? I had to remind myself that for a number of years. It took me a while to internalize that. Next one. If you really want something, it must be a burning desire. It has to be your highest excitement. It has to be something you think about constantly. I want to have that business where I travel the world. If that excites you, if that gives you an erection, if it gets you wet, then that is what you want to focus on. Because typically with our magic, the highest excitement works through the Kundalini energy, the Chi energy. The Chi energy also is the sexual energy. It gets you excited. This is why when you see the god Amun in ancient Kemet, you'll see him with an erect penis, the phallus symbol, which is also Osiris phallus, the obelisk. So get excited over what you want and dwell upon that thought constantly and allow it to take you away into visualizations of what you would do when you're there. And another important point that I want to make, this is very important, this is why I wrote this down. Do not come from a mind frame of scarcity. And I've taught many people who have come here on the weekends to train with me. That's one of the things I kind of really drilled into them. I said, because I had a number of them come to me and say, Kasanga, I've done your techniques, it just doesn't work. So I sit there, I do the oracle readings to figure out what they're doing wrong. And most times, 9 times out of 10, is that little thing that's hiding, which is the scarcity mindset. Now, what do I mean by that? It is, I want. I desire, I need, I want, the scarcity mindset. What you're doing is commanding the spirit to not bring you the thing you want. Because, see, when God created all that there is, or when you created all that there is, you created abundance. You created existence. Understand this. This is very important now. You created existence. There is no room in existence for non existence. Do you get that? You created existence. There is no room in existence for non existence. By nature, by default, by logical conclusion, that means that existence is abundance. You cannot add to it and you cannot subtract from it. All that there is all that there is. And because it is abundance, you have the very thing you're trying to acquire. Another version of you has it. You just need to change your resonant frequency to vibrate at the same frequency as that alternate version of you. That's all you have to do. But if you say, I want, I desire, I need, you are commanding the spirit to push it away from you. You are telling the spirit, don't bring me that thing. I don't want it because I'm expressing lack. Your spirit, which is the indwelling intelligence, which is Osir, only understands things in the present now moment because that's all that exists. There's no such thing as a past and there's no such thing as a future. Quantum mechanics validates this. The only thing that there is the now moment, which is why the spirit only understands commands in the present tense. So you have to act as if you already have it. Visualize yourself with the thing. Feel as though you have it now. Allow yourself to feel pleasure. What does my aunt, who I talked to earlier today, the goddess Heteru Hathor, say? Joy is in the journey and not the destination. Do not put off your joy until you get that money, till you get that business, till you get that role in the film. No, you become joyful now. No, you pretend like you're in a multi-million-dollar film with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Or Sylvester Stallone or whoever. Do not express it as a want or a desire, or else you won't get it. Next thing, you've got to, and this goes back to joy is in the journey, not the destination. This is the flow state. You must get lost in the thing that you desire. You must lose lose self-awareness to time and space. It's like, for example, I imagine myself with the ideal woman. And I see us going to dinner. I see us going to a movie. I see us taking a walk in the park. And then I snap out and go, where am I? What's going on? You are in the flow state. That's where you want to be. Do you understand? You need to get lost in that thing and you must enjoy it. Last thing, and this is important. But before I give you that last technique, I want to talk about my program that we have relaunched, and it's called Reality Manifestation. So I want you guys to join us in this. You go to Engineer Your Reality. I put the link in the description box. It's a very inexpensive program, and it's going to be teaching you and breaking down these exact techniques, but going more in depth. And you get personal instruction from me, okay? And once I break this down and I give this to you, it's yours. These techniques will be yours, and you will be able to use them to manifest whatever you desire. Do you understand? Whatever you desire. So this is a course that's ongoing, and it's a course that rocks it. It's an awesome course, Reality Manifestation Program. So sign up today. Move your booty. Get going. Now let's get down to the last technique. You must have freedom from outcome. You cannot put all your eggs in this basket. Well, that's not really a good analogy. You cannot say to yourself, if I don't have this thing, if I don't get this thing, I'll be so upset. You've got to be comfortable and free not having it. You've got to say to yourself, I enjoy visualizing myself with the woman of my dreams, and I'm okay if she never comes to me because I'm happy in the present moment, enjoying these visualizations. And if she comes into my life and I get her, great. If she doesn't, great. I'm cool either way. It's called freedom from outcome. You've got to learn to not place too much importance on getting that thing that you want. I know it's a paradox. I know it's difficult because it's something you want with a burning desire. You're gonna be like so wrapped up and emotionally wrapped up, but you're gonna want it so much, so much. And when you don't get it, it's gonna destroy you. It's gonna make you upset. But you can't let that, because in magic, there's what we call as a sweet spot, and that sweet spot is freedom from outcome. See, when you place too much importance on something, you do the exact opposite of what you're trying to do in magic. And let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, there's a woman, she's very beautiful. I want her. I want her really bad. I want to like marry her. I want to put a baby in her belly. And I think about her day and night, and I want her so much. And I just say, my life would be great if I had her, and my life sucks now. So I've put her on a pedestal. Now, without realizing it, my subconscious mind has rationalized that she's out of my league. She's too good for me. Consciously, I'm not aware that I did that, but subconsciously, I've communicated to my spirit that she's out of my league. I could never get a woman like that. She's too beautiful for me, even though that's impossible. But that's what I've done. The same thing, whatever you want. If you're thinking, I want $1 million, you put so much importance on $1 million that now you've sabotaged getting it. You have to treat $1 million like this. I can get that. That's not a problem. Psst, that's easy. I can get that. And then enjoy, embellish, and think about what you would do if you had $1 million right now. How would you carry yourself? How would you talk to people? How would you act if you already had $1 million? That's the key. And the next and last thing is give it time. You live in the 4D realm, the fourth dimension. What does that mean? That's 3 dimensions of space and 1 of time. It's called space-time. That means what you want will come to you, but it may take time. If we were in 5D, the 5th dimension, it would appear instantaneously, but we're not in the 5D. You will one day be in 5D, but for now you're in 4D. So you must give it time. And while you're giving it time, enjoy the journey. Enjoy it. I've given you these techniques. Write them down. Put on an index card. Put that sucker on your door, on your computer. Go over the steps. This is the magic. This is how it works. This is how you have a magical life. Do you have to go out there and buy special herbs, candles, incense, crystals? No, you do not. This is universal. This works for everyone. God is no respecter of a person. That's in the Bible. That's true. This magic works for everyone. What did I say? Kasonk, you said it works for everyone. Exactly. Rich, poor, famous, not famous, ugly, pretty, alien, human, works for everyone. Now, there are some things that are not within your destiny to achieve. That is not my fault. That is the agreement you made with Tahuti, Thoth, or Hermes. You made that agreement. So if it's not within your destiny to achieve it, you can do all the magic you want. It's not coming your way. Case in point, I told you about me vibrating to a world where the ruling elite does not exist. The ancestors said, no, 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 no. We don't want you to do that. We want you to stay here and teach people. All right? Called Living Truth, Kasank. So there you go. I want you all to go out there, and I want you all to kick butt. I want you to rock it. Forget about any of those motivational speakers. Remember, they're just band-aids. They'll make you feel good. They'll get you pumped up. But in the end, you go back to your default mechanism. You get all depressed and upset. It's your world that you created. You're living in a subjective experience. That means that everything you see, you created to interact with. You can change it by changing your belief system. The problem that you have is you've accepted somebody else's belief system. So you're manufacturing a reality that they want, not the one that you want. You've got to flip that script. And the way you do that is to change your belief system. And I gave a video, and you guys should go back to that, where you question everything. Well, I know that when I drive to work, it takes 30 minutes. Well, who said that it takes 30 minutes? Well, the bank says it takes 5 days for a check to clear. Well, why does it take 5 days? Why does it have to? Because when you start questioning those things, you change the very foundation of reality, and things start to bend according to your will. And the rules change because you change them. You're God man, you're God woman. Make the best life you can. And remember, it's all an illusion. This is Kasak Ma Keparu, son of Maat and Tahuti. My aunt is a beautiful goddess, Heteru. Till my next video, Amen Ra.